is I. It is Mo to the M to the O to the E. And I'm finally here with the video you guys have all wanted. I've had messages on the Instagram and the Facebook, and I'm so glad that you guys wanted me to talk about these issues we're talking about today. So get your mother, your father, your auntie, your relative down the road, your bestie. Let's all sit down, come in, and let's begin. So the topic of the video today is how to improve your credit score. Like when I was in school, I feel like there weren't any courses or like teachings on how about finances. Like I'm talking things like credit score, like today, credit cards, investing, how to manage risk, how to do trading, how to do stocks, shares. All of this information wasn't taught to us when we were younger and when we're in school. Instead, they want to teach us about gravity and velocity. Like when do we ever sit there and think, oh, I'm going to work out gravity today because the wind is 5 kilometers an hour west. No, we do you know what I mean? A lot of the things we learn we don't use now. I want my channel to basically educate people, young, old, the youth. I don't care how old you are, but I feel like once you have a lot of financial knowledge, your life will be a lot easier. Just financial literacy is what separates the rich, the poor. Like when you understand finances, you'll be laughing. You'll be getting mortgages, loans, business loans, business accounts, endless. To start off, I'm going to explain what a credit score is, okay? A credit score is basically a report, okay, made out of numbers that lenders use in order to make a decision whether or not to give you money or a mortgage or even a phone contract. It's as basic as that. So what is this? What's in this report? So you can check this report on, I'll name top 3 places that I like. Most lenders use Experian, Equifax, and I think it's Call Direct. But you can also check your credit score on Clear Score, which is completely free. We're going to use Experian for this video. So credit score on Experian will be out of 999. In that report, it basically shows like lenders how good you are at borrowing money and giving it back. So if you go to a bank and you want a loan, and they need to look at your score. If you're a 999, you're excellent. You're going to be more likely to get a loan or business loan or a mortgage, and that's basically what that number is. So you have to think of it this way. Would you want to give money to someone that doesn't give money back? Like imagine you lend me money, £50 today. You say to me, I want my money next week. Next week comes, I'm running away, I'm dodging you out. You can't find me. Would you lend me money again if I came and asked you? No. So this is what this report does. This report just basically tells people how good you are at managing debt and giving money back and sticking to what you said you were going to do in the first place. Okay? So you need a credit score in order to get stuff like mortgages, loans, business loans, even jobs. Like a bank will not give you a job there if you've got bankruptcy on your report or CCJs. Simple as that. So this is how important it is to make sure your credit score and your credit file is correct, up to date, and perfection. Okay guys, so I want to tell you guys watching, how I got my score from like 650 I think to now 999. Yes, it's easy. It's not easy, but it's easy. But it takes hard work and dedication. If you're not gonna do what you need to really put it in your mind that you're gonna do this. You need to actually just and say, listen, I'm not gonna let any distractions happen. I am going to do this. You can do it. So number 1, a simple one, okay? The Electoral Register. That's the first thing. That's the easiest thing actually for now. You need to make sure you're registered on the electoral roll. So if you don't know what the electoral roll is, Google's your friend. It's basically what, when you want to vote, you need to make sure you're on the electoral register. So you need to make sure you're on there. The reason being, if you're on the electoral roll register, it kind of basically tells lenders that you actually live where you say you live. And it's a good way, it just shows that you're a law-abiding citizen who's not running away from the law, and and that's where you live. So if they need to look for you for anything, they know where to find you. Do you know what I mean? So the first thing is to get on the electoral register, and that will increase your credit score. The next one is to get a credit card. This is what I did in order to improve my credit score. Now listen, when you get your credit card, please don't make the mistake of getting this credit card thinking, yeah, you're rich now and you're going to be spending all that money and then thinking I'll pay it back later. No, love. No, that's not how it works. No, just no. Okay, there's an art to it. Okay, if you're gonna get this credit card, especially if your credit's bad, see what credit card you can get. I mean, at the time I got a credit card, and I got my first credit card was about £300 because my credit score wasn't like as good. It wasn't bad, it wasn't good, it was just kind of like just stagnant. Do you know what I mean? How you use your credit card: do not use money that you do not have. I talk about this on my Instagram, on my stories a lot. Do not use money that you do not have, okay? So how are you going to use your credit card? So let's say you get your credit card of £300, okay, or £1,000, whatever. Let's do £1,000 for figures sake. Now, when I say don't use money you don't have, only use the money you have. So on this £1,000 credit card, make sure you're only using 30%, up to 30% of that credit limit. Don't use all of it. Don't max out your credit card, and I'll tell you why in a little bit. So when you've got your £1,000, only use 30%. 30% of £1,000 is £300. So that's your limit you can use on this credit card, and I'm telling you guys, this works. So how to use it smartly. So let's say in a month you spend £100 on diesel, petrol, whatever. Then you spend £60 on your phone bill, and then you spend like another bit of money on your car finance. Instead of using your debit card where the money is there. It's not invisible. The money, your paychecks come and you know the money is there. Use your credit card to make those payments. So go put diesel in your car, pay the £60 for your phone, and the remainder on your, say if it's your car insurance, and that's £300 spent on your credit card. You then take the money on your debit card, love, you know, and try and literally make a payment to your credit card and pay it on time. So you know when you get your statement date for your credit card, make sure you're clearing the balance, okay? That way, if you keep doing that every single month, using that credit card for your, like I said, for your bills that you would have normally paid anyway from your debit card, it's called card utilization. You're using your card up to 30%, and lenders like that, and that's how you improve your credit score, okay? That's number 2. Number 3, get an increase on your credit card. Okay, so I know I've said in the last point that you need to make sure you're using your card, but only 30%. Now, I mentioned the point that you shouldn't max out your credit card. If you max your credit card out, your credit score is going to go low. Do you know why? So let's say you've got a card of £1,000 on your, you know, you've got £1,000 credit, and every month you're using like 900 and whatever pounds, like literally nearly reaching your limit. What it looks like to lenders is, it looks desperate. It means to them, it looks as though you need this credit, like you're out. It looks like you've maxed out your paycheck, and now you're literally in your credit card using it because you need the money. You're struggling. It shows that you're struggling. And that's the reason why your score will probably go down, because it means you're not managing your money properly. But if you're never using your full credit card, it looks as though, you know, you've got money, you're just using it, you know, just for your little errands, and lenders love that. What you're gonna find is when you keep doing this, lenders are probably going to call you and say, hi Mo, we've noticed that you don't use your full limit on your card. We would like to obviously offer you an increase. My friend, take it. Only if you know you can manage money. If you can manage your money, keep within the 30%, it's good. So when they increase your credit limit, it looks good, because it looks as though lenders trust you. So any other person looking into your pool be like, you know what, they started at £600, now in 3 months she's gone up to £1,500 credit limit. That means she's been doing well, she's been paying on time, and these lenders trust her. So maybe we should trust her and give her a loan, or give her a phone contract, or give her a mortgage. So the higher your limit, the better your credit score, the better it looks to other people, because it looks as though other people trust you with a higher amount. Tip number 4, okay? Like I said, your credit report is basically a report that shows your borrowing history, how you borrow money and how you pay it back. Another way to increase your score is to diversify the types of credit you have on your file. So what are these different types of credits? Okay, so you've got a mortgage, that's one. You've got a loan, that's one. You've got car finance, that's another one. You've got credit card, that's another one. You also have things like utilities, you've got things like rent. All of these are different types of borrowing that needs to kind of reflect on your account. If you just have, let's say, a car finance and rent, and then if someone else has got a car finance, rent, utilities, mobile phone, they'll probably get better rates and a higher loan and just basically better offers than you do, because they can't see how well you deal with different forms of debt. Okay, so this is the step. You need to have different forms. So if you live in your house and you pay utilities, make sure the utilities are in your name. If you pay rent, make sure it's in your name. You've got a phone bill, it's a contract. A lot of people have this thing of being on other people's contract. Try and get your own phone contract and make sure you pay, on time. And then when lenders look at your report, they can see the different forms, of borrowing. They can say, okay, she's got utilities, she pays them well. She's got a loan which she's paying off, she's doing it well, she's managing that. She's got her car finance, she's managing that. You know what? Whatever, sod it. Let's give her a mortgage. That's how it works. So step number 4, have different forms of credit on your credit report. Tip number 5. This is my favorite one, and this one I think a lot of people don't do this. Pay your bills on time. I can't stress it. There's no other way of saying it. Pay your bills on time, not tomorrow, the week later, on time. And if you struggle, so little tips on how to do this. If you're struggling with, let's say, paying your rent and stuff on time, you're always forgetting, set up a direct debit and make sure that the direct debits are set up on the day you get paid, because that way, when your money comes in, everything goes straight out on time. You're not missing any payments, you're not getting any late payments. Reason being, on your credit file, you get looked at how well you pay. Do you pay on time, or do you pay late, or do you not pay at all? So you want to make sure on your credit file it says, okay, Mo has a utility, she's got a phone bill, like my 3 network, and she pays on time. Because literally when you go in your report, it tells you Mo paid on this day and everything was on time. When you default on any payments and you pay late, or you don't pay at all, or you get CCJs, you will have a low score. So I can't stress enough how important it is to pay your bills. Budget properly throughout the month, guys, and you know when your rent's gonna come out, you know when your utilities is gonna come out, you know when your car finance and insurance is gonna come out. So make sure you budget for that money and not overspend, and by the time you need to pay your bills, you can't pay them. And people need to stop this thing of, oh, rent's due now, but don't worry about it, we'll pay next week. Or utilities, I'll just pay it next week. They'll keep calling, but just ignore the phone call. Do not do that, because that goes on your record, on your credit score. No one wants to lend money to a person that doesn't pay on time, that doesn't say when they're going to pay it. So if you want to improve your score and improve your trust with lenders, pay on time. It's simple. Just budget. Make sure you know the dates they're gonna come out, so there's no excuse. Unless obviously things are hard and things aren't working well, I would say, make sure your roof's paid for, your utilities are paid for, everything that you've agreed to pay is paid for on time. That's it from me, guys. I'm sorry if this video has been a bit long. I guess with with this topic, I could carry on and go on and on and on and give you guys more detailed information. But obviously it's my first YouTube video. Not really sure what I'm doing here, but let me know what you guys thought about the video in the comments. What would you rather I did? What would you guys want to talk? What would you guys want me to talk about again in the next video? In the points that I did make, I can further on the points, so I can talk about credit cards even further. I can talk about the whole electoral thing even further. So tell me what you guys want to see next, what you guys want me to talk about, but I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe, please like, comment, and please share it, because it might actually help someone that's in need of this information. And I just hope you guys stick with this channel, because there's going to be a lot more content. I'm filming a lot more content today as well, so stay tuned.